Hey guys, welcome to the after show, and we're glad to have you. Seriously, thank you for your support as we strive to make Utah Outcasts a bigger and badder show. And I just realized we didn't give you guys love at the end there. Thanks, Lee. Thanks, Robert. We really appreciate it. Your guys' genitals are so amazing and huge. Anyway, we've got great big things planned, and it's your help that's going to get us there. So here we go. The asshole that we're going to bring to the foray tonight is a guy that calls himself Dave Champion. And I came across this video because somehow it got shared to my wife's Facebook, and she's watching it, and she's like, well, what do you think? What do you think? I'm like, do you really want to know what I think? And I'm like, because we were in the middle of watching a show, and I'm like, do you want to know? Because we're going to have to turn this off. She's like, no, that's okay. We'll just... I'm like, just send that to me on Facebook. And she never did, because I think she might kind of agree with some of this. I don't believe how that's true, but faith healing and all that other fun stuff happened this week. So anyway, this guy's name is Dave Champion. He has tattoos everywhere, and I'm not judging him on his tattoos because, I mean, fuck, I love tattoos.
One of my most favorite people, Jennifer Summy. I always call her Jenny. And she's on the board of Atheists of Utah, so I don't think it's a problem if I use her name. But Jennifer has just beautiful tattoos all over her, and I love her. My sister is covered in tattoos, and tattoos are not a problem.
Well, if I can get to the weight I want to get at, I'll get another tattoo. I just don't want to get one while I'm fat. So anyway, the guy's name is Dave Champion, and he has something to say about the attack in Paris, which is already triggering enough. So here we go.
Okay, let's do this.
Dave Champion here. Well, it happened again, this time in Paris, and it's the same old story. And
it's the same old story. What? Okay, can you elaborate?
We're hearing the same bullshit from the same...
This is a terrible... Facebook video does not work very good on this slave computer that I have here. I'm going to see if I... Well, we're going to stall for a sec so I can see if I can find this guy as a fucking YouTube channel, because this is terrible.
Hey, guys, look, I have boobs. Yeah, that happened just now that I just showed you on Skype that nobody hearing can see, but I totally just showed you.
It's okay. I'm sure they could hear it. They could hear that.
Yeah, they could hear that. Yeah. My picture got my profile picture got reported because of course it did.
He does have YouTube.
Of course he has a YouTube. I knew you could find it. Hi.
He's a douche.
Here's my sad kitty. He's given up on life.
I don't see the one for Paris on here. God damn it.
Keep looking, X.
He posted this last video a week ago, so he doesn't have anything current. But let me see if I can get it to play. Maybe it'll work, but I don't think it will. This is a really old computer, so it's good for playing a couple of YouTubes, but when it comes to stuff that takes more bandwidth, I guess it doesn't work so well.
My cat's struggling with his cone at the moment.
Let me see.
He's actually really good at getting around with his cone on now because I have to put it on every spring because he gets allergies and will claw his eyeballs out.
Poor cat. Okay, I think it's working now. Let me hit play. Okay. Here we go.
Citizens had guns! Worse! 127 people fucking dead! How's it gonna get any worse? Now, two guys killed 100 people in one concert hall. 2 fucking guys killed 100 people. Now imagine if 30 or 40 of the people in that conference hall had actually been armed with handguns and had hosed those 2 motherfuckers down. How many lives do you think might have been saved? Unfucking believable.
No, sir. No.
Yeah. It doesn't matter if you have a gun. They have more resolve to use it than you probably would in that situation.
No, it doesn't matter. Like, let's say that none of them had any resolve. There's such a thing as misfire and friendly fire. I mean, fucking professionals who've been trained in firearms have accidents with friendly fire. Are you fucking kidding me? They would have hit innocents. The death toll would have been higher. The injury toll would have been higher. Fuck you and fuck your fucking face.
Let him keep going.
Yeah, I love it. This is really great. Well, guns wouldn't save you from grenades!
Okay, I take personal resentment to his fucking high-pitched voice.
Because everybody who is fuck,
It's
okay.
feminine.
So I did go
he's
into it with the
mocking
wife.
femininity.
I did go into it with the wife a little bit. I'm like, look, I don't want any, I mean, I'm not the kind of guy that's like saying, go for your guns, take your guns, anything like that. Ideally, yes, I would like that in our society if we could get beyond the fact that people need these stupid fucking things to live every goddamn day. But the fact is, it's not going to happen. What I want is the more balanced solution. I want people to have more extensive background checks, close the loopholes for people to buy the shit at fucking yard sales and all that other stupid thing where they don't have to do background checks or, keep a track of who it is. I want there to be a license for that gun. I want there to be insurance for that gun. I want those kind of things to be passed, and just...
Okay.
Common sense shit, God. I want people to have to fucking pass a test and continue to have to pass a test to keep their fucking guns.
Agreed.
Well, that'd be nice. Yes.
That would be great. It's never going to happen because if someone killed a whole bunch of kids in the school, if it didn't happen then, it's not going to happen now. So let's hear his high pitched guns versus grenades.
It's feminine, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's a dick. He's just there's no other definition for this guy.
He's mocking femininity, is what he's mocking. Weakness and sensitivity. That's what he's mocking. Ugh.
God forbid you have that, Oh, sorry. Crom forbid. Sorry. Crom cares not for these things.
Point! Cops don't cure cancer. The space shuttle doesn't come down and rescue kids that are lost in the woods. You used a proper tool for the job. If somebody's throwing grenades, a handgun ain't it. But guess what? Of the 4 locations that were hit, 2 of them had no grenades, and the concert hall was just 2 guys with AKs. Okay?
Just that. Just
2 guys with just
AKs.
AKs.
Just like that's just a thing that just happens.
Just AKs. They only just had fully automatic weapons, and he does talk about that.
Then people say, I don't want people to carry guns. People are too crazy and out of control. Look, motherfuckers, let me explain to you how this works. Best estimates are there's something more than 3 million people, excluding police and security, that carry guns every fucking day in this country.
And that should scare the living fuck out of you. That there's shit like that just everywhere around you.
Right.
There's hardware ready and primed to kill somebody just walking around on somebody's fucking hip or without proper training, without fucking proper clarification. No, let's just say, if I don't like the fucking person that shot people at Home Depot shot at a car that was fleeing the scene because someone shoplifted.
Yep.
I don't give a fuck what you took. No amount of theft.
I don't
is
care. Shoplifting is never. Shooting at a shoplifter is never justified. Sorry, I could tell you right now that the stores themselves would not advocate for that.
No, and we had. I don't know if you guys heard the news reports about this week about the black gentleman that was killed alongside his 6-year-old autistic son.
Mm-hmm.
God.
In their car. He had no gun. The cops thought that he was reaching for a weapon, shot him and his son.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Dead. Both of them dead.
That's horrific.
And they're being charged with something minor, like second-degree manslaughter or something like that. Not murder, manslaughter.
God damn it.
Instead of, smashing in the guy's window or, talking to somebody. But then black people, oh man, they're coming to get you.
Oh, black people always get the worst of it.
And people wonder why I take up argument with the whole, when everybody's like, I don't have any privilege. Like, no,
you do. You have privilege.
You don't fucking realize how much of a leg up you have on people right now.
Seriously, I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I talk to black people and I'm like, I'm sorry.
Like, I wish I could do something more.
I can't help it because privilege exists. And it fucking sucks because it's stupid.
So let's let Mr. Champion finish his fucking dumb rant here.
People are out of control. Where are all the stories every fucking day about losing their minds? They have a collision. They get in a problem in a parking lot. Somebody pisses them off in a grocery store. And they pull out their gun and start shooting motherfuckers.
It happens.
Yeah, it happens a lot.
I've heard the stories. I've heard these a lot.
Story. I'm a regular person. I'm a pretty white female. Yeah. My ex-husband and I, and granted my ex-husband was a dick, but there was a parking space open. And there was this giant fucking truck parked on the other side of this barrier. And he thought he could flip at the most miraculous of U-turns to take this spot. My ex slid in, took the spot. It was a movie theater. Took the spot that the guy obviously wanted.
Yeah.
Probably a dick move, but fuck it, right?
You weren't going to get there before I was anyway.
No, seriously. This guy was nowhere near. His giant fucking truck was not getting that spot. And it was a busy night, whatever. So we get out of the car, and the guy starts, like, straight up threatening him. Like, telling him, like, saying all this crazy shit about, that was my spot. I don't know, whatever. We tried to walk away. My ex was super confrontational, and I don't know. He engaged the guy when I would have just walked away.
Like, whatever.
Yeah, like, okay, be mad, sure. But he starts walking up to the guy, and he doesn't do anything. He doesn't raise his fist. He just said, "Dude, we have this space," and he didn't even get into the guy's face. Right?
Yeah.
No, the guy drew a knife. Seriously, I was like, over a parking space? And I like...
You're willing to risk fucking felony time for a parking spot.
Yeah. I pull out my cell phone, I dial 911, like you should.
Yep.
And the giant blonde hair, like giant blonde hair woman in the truck goes, "Yeah, you call the cops, whatever, you ignorant." And I look,
oh man,
I look her dead in the eyes. I go, "Yes, I'm the one that's ignorant.
I'm the one that pulled the knife for a parking
And so I call the
spot."
cops. I go, "Hi, hey, this guy just pulled a knife on my he was my fiance. No, he wasn't even my fiance at the time. This guy just pulled a knife on my boyfriend, for a parking spot." So,
and the police on the other end, after smacking their head,
he's like, "Oh no, nobody's gonna pull a gun on somebody for a parking spot for a grocery store complex." Yeah, they will, dude. Yeah,
they will.
It happens all the time.
It happens,
and even
all
worse
the
than that
time.
are the concealed carry people that leave their guns in their purses and they get shot by their kids accidentally. And
yeah. Reasons why I won't carry a gun. Reasons why when I do move out onto my own, right now I have very loud dogs that I live with, like really, really fucking loud dogs. Like, they're not mean. They're like super sweet, actually, but they're really loud. And that's a deterrent enough, let's be honest. They're loud dogs, and when I move out on my own, I'm gonna get it's a 16-inch Roman half sword.
Gladius.
Yeah, that's seriously what I'm going with. I'm going with a Roman half sword. That's not a joke. I'm really going with that.
It's more useful than a fucking gun. Let me tell you
Is.
that.
First of all, the first thing that defeats an enemy is intimidation.
Mm-hmm.
And now I don't have the size. I don't have the size to intimidate anybody. I'm 5'1", 120 pounds. I'm tiny. I am tiny. Now, I am strength. Like you wouldn't believe. Like you wouldn't expect somebody my size to have the strength they have.
I am strength.
So, I got the sword. I got the naked. They're running out at you. Oh, and also when I'm under pressure, I just start to act. So I will run at you with a motherfucking sword. You really want to take that home invasion on? Do you really want to do that?
Man.
No. And now a sword, or the gun, sword is one thing. You grab the sword, you're there. It's fine. You got a pokey stabby. A gun takes loading and aiming, and hopefully I don't kill my neighbors, which is a real terrifying thing because I've held a gun in an apartment. It's terrifying.
So here we go. Let's finish. Dave
Holy
here.
shit, I got ranty.
Blue moon, because we are human beings, something happens. But the vast majority, 99.99999% of those 3 million plus people who carry guns Carry them for self-defense and don't ever do any fucking thing wrong with them. Goddamn, I hate anti-gunners. Now, I gotta tell you something else. What did they use in France? They use real AKs, select fire. For those of you who don't know, you're not gun people. That means they can fire in the fully automatic mode. And they use grenades. Hey, guess what? All of those fucking things are illegal in France. Oh my God. You mean laws didn't stop murder and grenades and AKs? When will people understand that the government and its fucking laws aren't going to save you from jack shit?
The government and its laws aren't going to save you from jack shit.
Correct. You know what? He's not actually wrong.
Yeah, but you know what? People are going to fucking break laws.
They are.
That's the thing. And they're like... let me tell you what they don't have in France. They don't have school shootings every fucking week. They don't have a shooting a day like we have in this country. They don't have a death toll of over 20,000 fucking people dying a year from random gun violence and shit in this country. Fuck, man.
No, let me tell you something very simple. He's right. They didn't follow the laws. They were terrorists. They were trying to inspire terror. I don't care. You know what? Fuck Islam. I'm just gonna put that out there. But it doesn't matter their religion. They were trying to inspire terror.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. The citizens not having guns wouldn't have stopped them. It wouldn't have stopped them.
No, it probably wouldn't have made an impact. It probably would have made it worse.
It would have made it worse. Let's be honest here. It would have made it worse. I'm sorry.
Let's finish him up and we'll send him packing on his way because we need to wrap this up and we got commercials to record, all that fun stuff. So let's finish up.
Now, France is, guess what? It's one big fucking gun-free zone. And where do these shootings always occur? That's right, in a gun-free zone. I've said it before, I'm going to tell you again. Only a good man with a gun can stop an evil man with a gun. So here's this is time in America to you guys.
He doesn't have to have a gun, one, to stop this evil from happening. Two, the police are allowed to have guns. The military are allowed to have guns. Mm-hmm. The SWAT teams are allowed to have guns. No. Guess who showed up at the scene immediately when the shit started going down? People with guns. You wonder where
maybe the feminist coming out to me, but he said a good man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be a man.
No, it doesn't. It turns out that the gun neutralizes gender.
That's why it's called a force amplifier.
Fuck him in everything he is. And no, I'm sorry, civilians having guns wouldn't have reduced this. I don't think people understand. I don't think they understand. Just because you think you can fire and aim at a target range does not make you an expert shooter. Do you have any?
Because once the pressure's on and the heart's beating, your fucking gun is jerking so much from your hand.
You don't even understand how much it's jerking. You don't understand. And firing into a crowd is incredibly dangerous, which is exactly why the terrorists did it. They didn't have to aim.
No, they just sprayed.
Yeah.
That's all they had to do.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is disgusting.
He's a horrible human being. So stay away from Dave Champion. He has got syphilis and AIDS and all that other fun stuff. And
he carries guns and it sounds really unstable.
He really shouldn't be carrying guns.
He sounds like the kind of guy I definitely want to avoid in my life. Yeah. So thank you very much for joining us on the after show here. It's been a great time entertaining you guys. I'm sorry for the audio quality, but you know, what am I going to do? I don't have a new computer. That's why we have patrons out there, so I can eventually get the new computer for this kind of thing. So anyway, thanks you guys for listening, and we'll catch you guys again next week with another episode. Until then, have a good night.